mushroom forages, and I just spotted some mushrooms on here. These will flush a couple times a year as they get moist with oyster mushrooms. Every once in a while they'll surprise you like they just did right now, and they'll grow something that I wasn't expecting. And so now I've got to go look that up and phone my friend Jen and say, what have I got here? I don't recall the name, but I believe it is edible. But that's part of, you can bring the outdoors home, as you will discover with some stuff I'll show later. Over in the corner here, that's stinging nettle. Now that's from the wild. I picked that up in the bush. I'm actually going to try to get rid of it because it's so invasive, but it's in a half barrel and it survives the winter really well. It came here for two reasons. In the spring I'll harvest a mess of the tops for spring greens. Now there's a powerhouse food. By the way, farmers should grow that. Clairol buys hundreds of thousands of tons of stinging nettle for hair products every year. But at this stage of the game, anything I harvest now will be dried and turned into a blend, or a tea blend. So, but again, it's another one of those things that grows well above ground. And just for fun, if you're a fiddlehead hunter, these are fiddlehead ferns that transplant super well. And then they add an interesting texture and color to your garden, particularly at this time of year, because these will die off and the pollen stems will show up in the middle here. Okay? And so these are for show. I don't pick these to eat. They're for show because there's plenty of wild ones to pick out in the wilderness there. A couple of plants that grow well above ground. You have to look between the tomatoes. But down low here, this is wild mint. It's actually spearmint. I picked plants off the shore of McLeod Lake, brought them home, and they marvelous homemade tea. We blend them with other things as needed, but even just wild spearmint tea is kind of fun. Tucked in behind here are some False Solomon seal plants, and for those of you that are foragers, False Solomon seal shoots in the spring are just a super tasty green. They also survive very well above ground and in a container like that. So it's just another one of those things that you can add to your inventory if you are a person that harvests from the wild as well.